Billionaire breakdown. David Steward, a black billionaire. Now, I've been researching these billionaires, and I am so dissatisfied, dissatisfied that I didn't go to school. Because most of them, they went to college, they went to university. So did David Steward. But that doesn't mean I cannot make the money, right? I can, but it's just gonna be harder for me. It's gonna be harder for me, I think. I think it's gonna be harder for me. But let's go on to cover David Stewart. Now, I'm doing this for myself, so let me make this short as possible and applicable as possible. I'm making this for me and you. I know there's a real person that's gonna watch this. I hope you learn and apply this in your life so that you can have more money, even if you don't have billions, or want billions. But because I know not everyone wants billions like this man. This man needs. I need a billion. I need a billion. So let's get on with it. David Seward, born in a middle class family or poor family. I think he was born in a poor family. So after that, he went to college. He went to college, not like me. I didn't go to college. He went to college. And then after that, he worked in different areas. He worked at Union Pacific and he worked at another big company. And then he was awarded as best salesman at another company. So, best salesman. He's a good salesman. A very, very good salesman. And after that, he founded WWT, which is Worldwide Technology. He founded Worldwide Technology, which I don't really understand what it does or whatever it does. I really do not understand. I'd be lying if I said I did. So I don't want to lie and say I understand what Worldwide Technology does. So yeah, but he's a founder of also Telco Buy. I think Telco Buy and Worldwide Technology is one thing or one thing combined. Telco Buy is said to be a global technology and supply chain management company. What does that even mean? Because I know supply chain management means you help companies basically to manage their production or their final product from the start to finish. You help them manage that. So for an example that I'm gonna make at the top of my head is that let's say it's a computer company, a company that sells computers. You're gonna help them to see where they're sourcing their products, where like the whole shebang, the costs, the whatever. And I think this is what Oracle does in a bit, like a bit. But worldwide technology is said to be a systems integrator. What is that? A lot of these things and the billionaire stuff and the top level stuff, you're like, what is this? But that is basically what he does. And now WWT is estimated to have a revenue of $11 billion. So I'm sorry to me for not knowing in depth what they do, but this is the video. What can I learn except for go to school? Work at a lot of companies. I think that's a great takeaway. Work at a lot of companies and do your best there. Maybe become a best salesman or try to. That is all I can learn for now. And I think Worldwide Technology is an IT company. So, yeah, I think this is a billionaire that I can copy or imitate, but I'm going to have to learn in depth what he does. So, tune in for part two of David Stewart. I hope you have learned something. What I'm learning a lot is that go to school, go to university, and then work, which is counterintuitive to what I've learned in the past from gurus online. They misled me. So if you're watching this and you're a young boy, young man, young woman, whatever, go to school, go to university, excel, then work at a big company. Even if you're working at a mid-tier job, it's fine. Work and do your best there and then climb up the ladder. And then after that, you can do your thing. Do a company that is similar or adjacent to where you were working at. Coolio, that is David Steward part one. I'm gonna do part two. In depth into the company, what it actually does. Because these words, these fancy words, oh, it's a systems integrator. And then people are like, system integrator. What does that even mean? They don't know. I don't know, but they're like, oh, system integration. Oh, supply chain. What does it actually look like? And the next episode will be about that. Coolio.